All right, we're going to keep this show rolling. Coming to the stage, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Woo, Christine Labate with the Audacity of Me.
He knew I was trouble when I walked in and said these 4 words. Happy birthday to me. This is how my husband met me. He was a friend of a friend coming to a birthday party at my house. He told that friend, I'm interested in her. I said, I don't date people who smoke. He stopped smoking. He recently told me that, I thought it was easy for him. I thought, okay. He recently told me that it was really hard, and that those times when he came back home smelling of smoke and sat at the table next to him was smoking, it really wasn't. I'm going to share another story from my youth. I was late for a temping gig. This was in my 20s, and all the unreserved spots were taken. So I parked in one of the reserved spots. It wasn't before long that I heard, will the person with license plate XYZ please come to the front desk? I had parked in the president's spot. So I asked my husband what he thought about me and Audacity. And he said, you are 100% bold and daring. And he also added, I asked him first on a scale of 1 to 10, how audacious am I? I expected him to give me an answer like 12. His answer was 45. So listen to my chat and see if you agree with him. He also said to me that you put yourself first in everything you do. I was a little bit taken back. I thought I was a good person. How could I be a good person and always put myself first? So I started to pay attention. I was at an industry event the following week, and a friend and I grabbed a table, and he went to the bar to get drinks, and he wasn't back right away. And I saw the sponsor at the bar. I asked the person next to me to watch her seats, went up to the sponsor, thanked him for the great event, and he said, do you want my space at the bar? My friend was happily surprised when he got back and found the drinks at our table. Now, do you use your creativity and strategy to accomplish your goals? I also asked my sister, and she said, remember the time we were at the tennis match in New Haven? We started with nosebleed seats, and by the time we finished, we were just about in the front row. She told me she was so terrified that we'd get caught. And my response to her was, just act like you belong. Be confident. Oh, and as we're moving forward, I did it at the break and play. So you've got opportunities. Do you take them? Do you use your audacity to get what you need? There's always going to be crowds. And I thought to myself, why am I this way? Part of it was from my grandmother, who, when we went to Woolworths, would always sample a piece of the candy. Another was her driving down the post road way over the speed limit and blinking her eyes at the officer to get out of the ticket. But the real reason I'm this way is because of my mother. She went to a party on New Year's Eve when I was 9, and she had the audacity to drink and drive. She destroyed her face, her body. She was in the hospital for many months. By the way, she was a home queen before this, and I get my looks from my dad. I was bounced around between her sister and my grandparents. I just felt like I was a charity case, that I didn't belong anywhere. I mean, they love me, but there's nothing like your mother's love. So let's go back to my youth. In grammar school, I was terrified that the teacher would call on me. Yet I was the top seller for Girl Scout cookies. Why is that? Because I cared what my classmates thought of me, but I didn't care what strangers thought of myself. So I started to apply this. In middle school, I asked the gymnastic teacher for a solo. She reluctantly agreed. I nailed it. In high school, I decided that I would sit at the front of the classroom and I would start answering the teachers' questions. In college, I even answered them from the back row. My classmates were amazed, though, that when I got up in front of a crowd, I would shake from head to toe, turn bright red, and stutter my words. The other audacious thing I did in college was start my own business, because I saw the need in the marketplace for a combined graphic design and marketing agency for small businesses. My New Year's goal one year was to get comfortable speaking in public. Look at me now.